pleasure.
Yeah, so we will just kickstart Louis in a minute or so. We'll just give everybody a little more time to join in.
Okay,
how's
great.
how's your training coming along?
Well, the training is going well. It's on track.
It's on track, huh?
Yes, it's on track.
After 48 comrades, I think that's a wrong question to ask.
Yeah, obviously, maybe.
So we do these sessions every 2-3 weeks, where we try to bring in someone who has run the comrades, who has a bit of experience, and who shares it with everyone. And then I record it and put it up on YouTube as well.
Okay, good. Excellent. Not a problem with me.
Yeah, thanks for that. Last time we had a conversation with Bruce Fordyce.
Okay, last week.
No, 3 weeks ago.
Okay, yeah, he's an excellent guy.
Yeah, of course. So we had him, and now, of course, we have you. Otherwise, so far I've been hosting Indian runners.
Okay, so you've been hosting the Indian runners. So how many?
325 odd, 327 Indian runners at Comrades this year.
Now, last year you had 104.
No. Last year we had
403.
Yeah, 400 registrations, but not all of them started. Like all 350 odd started.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, there's always some dropouts.
Yeah, there's always some dropout. Some didn't qualify, and others get sick, and there's various reasons.
Yeah, so let's start. I mean, thank you, Louis. Thank you for doing this for us, and welcome to as the show, as I call it, Let's Talk Comrades. This is the 12th episode of the show. And as I told you, we have been hosting Comrades runners to share their knowledge and experiences with other fellow runners from India. And as you know, India is like the largest foreign contingent at Comrades. And it's a race that somehow we Indians have started to love. And the whole ecosystem in India kind of comes together as we prepare and train for this race right from Jan onwards to June. So thank you and welcome to the conversation and welcome to the show. It's a pleasure and honor for me to having this conversation with you. Right? I mean, 50 years you've been running, and almost 50 years and 48 comrades. I mean, it's just beyond our comprehension.
Yeah, it's a huge privilege to have been going for 50 odd years, and going for my 49th this year. I'm really excited and looking forward to race day.
Yes. So Louis, there's a lot that we will talk about. I will over the next course of 1 hour, and then in the last 10 minutes or so, we will kind of open it up for question and answers if people have any questions to ask you. But let me just kick start by asking you, what keeps you going?
You know what keeps me going? That question gets asked for me so many times. Yesterday again, well, I'm very, very thrilled actually. Yesterday, I ran a 21-kilometer race, and it's the very first time that I actually, in a very, very long time, that I managed to run this under 2 hours.
Wow.
So yes, for me at my age, and to achieve this was actually, in the same question has been asked for me yesterday by several athletes. And to be quite honest with you, it's you guys out there that keep me motivated to keep going. And it's my fellow runners that actually, well, I do support them. I'm a real mentor, yes, in the running perspective in the whole world. And
yeah, so
yes,
I
must say thank you to you guys out there that's keeping me motivated. And yes, I'm looking forward.
Yeah.
in running this year's race, and I'm excited, and surely I'm
So,
looking
so
forward to next year.
yeah, so kind of 48 comrades, and you still are attempting the 49th one. And as you told me, you want definitely 250. I mean, how has your body coped up over this 50 years of long distance running? Can you kind of tell us a bit about that, and what really how have you managed to stay so fit and so athletic over the years?
You know, it's actually listen to your body. And now 2 years ago, I actually had a major setback with a knee injury, and I
Okay.
didn't run the 2022 Comrades. It was unfortunate that I couldn't run. I had the knee surgery, but there was a reason for why I actually decided to have the knee surgery as quickly as possible, as urgent, and because I was entered for the London Marathon and the Chicago Marathon, which was just 6 weeks after Comrades, and that gave me ample time for recovery. That was the reason I just decided, well, let me do the surgery, let that get done and over. And yes, that was the major setback. And last year, a bit of a calf injury. What was the problem that I had there? Experience was compact syndrome. Is that right? Yeah,
Compact
I had a bit
syndrome.
of a compact syndrome, and the gentleman right here with me, he actually diagnosed.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the diagnosis was made by a doctor, and the bio, he actually assisted me with the treatment, and yes, here I am running my best times in a very, very long time, because
Yeah.
I finished my TwoOceans marathon. How many of the Indian guys has run the TwoOceans? Well, I've finished my 47th
Wow.
TwoOceans.
47 two
Yes.
oceans, huh? Wow.
Yeah, 47th TwoOceans, and this year it was my best time in 11 years.
Wow.
So yes, I'm really back on track, and
Back on track for many more.
back on track for many more, hopefully. That's right. So
So
yes.
you brought out a very important point, Louis, that listen to your body, right? Are you and that is when you kind of skipped the 2022 Comrades because you had that injury, right? But through the course of this long running career, have there been times and occasions where you have chosen to uh, run slow, even in a race, because either your body is not responding to the way you wanted, or have you kind of skipped races because your body is not coping up?
No, well, yes, exactly what you're saying there is correct. I was listening to my body all the time. I was running slower for sure. You know, the day when I actually ran my 10th silver medal in Comrades, I just decided, and I said to myself, this is E for enough. Now I really want to enjoy Comrades and experience the real comradeship of the Comrades, because that is where the Comrades is. We cannot be all Bruce Fordyces and Alan Robs
Yeah.
to run, to be in front there and to be very competitive. To be competitive, it's to run a silver medal, you need to train 1,600 kilometers as from January to race day, and
So
to find the
yeah.
time and to do that. No.
So what has been your best Comrades run so far?
Well, my best was 6:25.
Wow, 6:25. Huh?
Yeah, and I've done quite a few sub-7 Comrades. There was 3 or 4 sub-7s, and the
Amazing.
others were all just over 7 hours, and then I managed quite a few, just a silver medal, but yes, but that's
India has managed the first silver medal last year.
I can remember that. I can remember that actually.
We are getting there. We are getting there.
Is Satish on the
No,
is Satish
Satish
on the
is
group?
not. He's busy. He's not here on the call.
Okay.
I'm sure he will watch it.
Yeah, he will watch it
the
at some
recording.
stage. That's right.
He'll watch the recording once I put it up. He told me.
Hi to Satish and hi to everybody in India, and I'm really looking forward in meeting you guys.
We will
again.
hopefully. Most of us will be there on Friday at the expo. Hopefully, we will get a chance to meet up with you at the expo.
Yeah, we can arrange that at some
Yeah.
stage.
I will definitely reach out to you and see if we can manage that.
Okay, no, fine, 100%.
Yeah. So, Lewis, we all comrade runners, right? Always get asked the question: up run or down run?
Well, I prefer the down race for sure. My best times has been on the down comrades. It's far easier running the down race because just to mention the 5 big hills in Comrades. The first one that we're going to hit is Cowie's Hill. This year, it's an uphill on Cowie's Hill. It's a 2-kilometer climb all the way out of Westville to the top of Cowie's Hill. So it's quite a lot. It's not that steep, but it's a 2-kilometer climb. You run down Cowie's Hill, the steep part of Cowie's Hill is on the up run.
Yeah.
That's 1,200 meters, quite a steep hill, downhill into Pinetown, into the main street of Pinetown. Then you've got 2.5 kilometers flat through Pinetown Main Street, but then the real challenger comes. Fields Hill, 2.6 kilometers of really tough uphill, all the way on the highway through to into Kloof. And all the way there through Kloof, a fairly steady uphill climb all the way right into Hillcrest.
Yeah.
And that's already 32 kilometers when you hit the middle of Hillcrest. Nice downhill towards Buddha's Hill. And then you've got a 1,200 meters, 1.2 kilometers steep climb up Buddha's Hill. And then the real race starts. After 32 kilometers of mostly uphill all the way, right to the top of Inchanga, pass halfway, Drummond, all the way to the top of Inchanga, which is virtually 50 kilometers in the race. Of that 50 kilometers, 34 kilometers is all the way uphill climb. So yes, but it's all in the first half of the race. Once you've reached the top of Inchanga, you've got the longest downhill actually is Inchanga on the uphill. It's a 5 kilometer steady downhill all the way to Harrison Flats, where there's also 1 or 2 small uphills. Yeah, small uphills, but not very long, 400 meters, 300 meters of incline climbing up. But it's a steady climb and you recover again on the next downhill. And then all the way to, that's a very undulating part of the course on the up run. You've got a bit of uphills, but you also recover on those uphills, on the downhills as well. But then you've got the steep climb to the highest hill on Comrades, Umlaas Road, which is 21 kilometers from the start, the top of Umlaas Road, the highest point of the route. Then you've got 18 kilometers to go to the finish, which is mainly downhill. All the way to Lions Park. Then you've got a nice downhill all the way down towards Little Polish. It's actually, the correct name is Impushini. Then you've got a steep climb. Little Polish is far steeper and longer than what Polish Shorts is. That is the real killer of the race. Polish Shorts, you've got 800 meters downhill from Ashburton, from the top of Ashburton down to the bottom part of Polish Shorts. And then the real killer is Polish Shorts, which everybody hits, knocks down. 1,600 meters climb up Polish Shorts. It's not that steep, but it's on a critical stage of the race. At the top of Polish Shorts, when you hit Maritzburg, it's mainly downhill all the way into Maritzburg. The route is far shorter this year. It's not far shorter.
1 kilometer short.
It's only 600 meters to be actually shorter. But the nice part is actually, and I think it's going to be very, very historical, running past Comrades' house. The last.
So do you train differently for an up run and a down run?
Not really. Not really. The training is, but yes.
But how much, for example, now you said if to prepare for a silver medal, you would need to run at least 1,600 kilometers.
At least 1,600 kilometers.
But for someone, for you now, what kind of mileage do you put from January?
Well, I'll be on 1,200 kilometers. This year, I'll be on just over 1,000 kilometers currently, and yes, I'm actually over 1,000 kilometers currently, and I should be around about 1,200. But yes, you've been asking the question: is the training different? Slightly different. Yes, I do want to agree on that, and I've just recently moved from where I stayed in Welkom in the Free State, very central part of the of South Africa. I've moved down to the coast. I don't know how familiar you are with South Africa. I'm in George.
Okay.
It's halfway between Cape Town and Port Elizabeth, Gqeberha. Quite a nice part of the country in the Garden Route, right on the southern Cape area, which, well, 300 meters away from where I stay, I've got a hill going up, downhill, and the next going uphill as well. So I've been doing much more strength hill training for this year's Comrades, and this is probably also
so do you also kind of emphasize the strength training during the course of this 5 months, spending time at the gym training?
Yes. I haven't done it, but
you don't need to do it, I guess, anymore.
Yeah, I haven't done that much, but yes, I've got my bio with me, and he's right next to me here, just out the screen. I'll call him in now, just to be part of the situation. And yes, I'm definitely get back into the. He just recently returned from New Zealand of a trip, and so yes, I'll definitely join him up in the gym, and he's going to give me a hard time in the gym. But I'm going to leave it till after Comrades.
Yeah. So strength training, of course, is important.
Absolutely, especially for the up run.
Especially for the up run.
Yeah. I've been concentrating on doing strength mainly on the road, yes, but you know, this year with the road works, you've probably heard about the road works along the
route.
The route on the N3, reconstruction of the route. So yes, which is going to be a real challenge to many runners, even to myself, because all for the previous 4 years. It was COVID, there was no race, and the previous 2 races was both down runs, which is I prefer the down race, but it's going to be, even for myself, it's going to be a challenge.
Because it's an up run after a long time.
Yeah, for an up run after a long time. So yes, and what is really going to be very, very difficult for each and every runner over the last 30 kilometers of the race, the spectators is going to be far, far less than what is going to be on the Durban side, on the down race, because there's many, many spectators, and the spectators really
help.
The support of the spectators
absolutely.
Is absolutely, there's going to be a major, well, we're going to miss, even myself, we're going to miss the spectators along the route over the last 30 kilometers, because it would not be accessible for the spectators actually.
No, agree.
To get onto the route, and there's major roadworks and construction going along on that section currently. Well, probably next year, the construction will be far less on that side of the N3 on the main road. So yes, then the spectators, but that does make a huge difference to the support of the athletes.
Yeah. So what, Luis, how is your fueling strategy through the race? I mean, what do you eat? What do you advise runners on what to eat, how to fuel? Can you just share your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's probably important for runners to eat along, but personally, I do not eat along the road.
You do not? All through 10, 11 hours?
I do not eat. I will eat something if I do get a sandwich or from somebody along the route that I know where it comes from, because the hygienic side of it is very, very important. You know, these refreshment stations along the road, they really do go out their way and hand out potatoes and bananas, which is really healthy to have, but the hygienic side of it is also, you know, halfway through the race, they start eating all these potatoes and bananas, but it's all, it's my sweat, your sweat, the next guy's sweat.
Do you kind of, for other runners, you do advise a steady fueling strategy?
Yeah, if you can take it all on your own, yes. But to carry all the stuff.
Yeah, you carry it on yourself.
Yeah. If you do carry it on yourself, I do use
gels or...
Yeah, gels. For sure, I do take my gels, and that's very, very important. And but I avoid actually taking solid stuff like potatoes and...
You avoid that, understood.
Yeah, I avoid that, and but lots of liquids. There's ample. The refreshment stations along the route is very, very ample, and what I would like to advise to you guys at the start, have your own bottle of cold drink or water, at least for the first 2 refreshment stations, because
it's very crowded.
It's very, very crowded, and on 6-7 kilometers, there's a huge construction going of a bridge that's been built, and the lanes, we're going to be narrowed down from 4 lanes right down to 2 lanes. So there's going to be, for sure, there's going to be a bottleneck. There could be a bottleneck, although Comrades House has assured that they will put up ample lighting to light up the the
Yeah.
area, which was a huge, huge problem last year, with all the bottlenecks that have occurred last year. And that
Yeah, there were
occurred
not
actually,
adequate lights. It was not lit up adequately.
yeah, no, it wasn't lit. No, it wasn't lit up properly, and there was a huge, huge bottleneck on 3 occasions over the first 6 kilometers, which was very, very bad for all of us. And
So, Louis, can you recollect any races where you actually were down and out, but still persisted with the run and then ended up finishing the race pretty well? I mean, what goes
yes,
through? Yeah, I mean, I'm sure.
yes,
Some,
there has been a few comrades that I was really went down the race, as they say, you running against the wall.
yeah.
And yes, it happens. It did happen, and you recover from that as well.
So, what
I
goes
have
through your mind? What
recovered.
do you do in those times?
Well, that's really, it's very important that you mentally prepare yourself now for the last 30 days. Well, today 28 days to race day, 4 weeks to go to race day. Well, as from today, many of us are still going to be on the road right now.
Yeah.
In 4 weeks' time. So, and this is, you can hang on and you can run very, very strong right up to about 60 kilometers. From there onwards, that's where you're going to hit the wall, and you need to prepare yourself right now, mentally. And my advice is, for runners, read about comrades, the comradeship, stories that has been published. There's plenty of information available.
Yeah.
I've been doing this for many years, that I actually go into books and read up about comrades and what the experiences these guys has experienced over the last 30, and there's very, very interesting stories and
Yeah.
and incidents, and
So, do
that
you do
that
something?
actually prepares me mentally for the race.
So, you read other experiences, you read books which kind of prepare you for the race.
Yes, no, absolutely.
Mentally prepare for the race.
Yeah. That's very important. Prepare yourself mentally now. Start reading information on the history of comrades, and that's important to know. Runner Polly Shorts. Where does the name Polly Shorts come from? Where does Umla's Road come from? Inchanga. What happened over the years at Inchanga with, and to be quite honest with you, to be part of, I'm getting hair raising speaking about this. It's hair raising moments. It is the world's greatest ultra marathon.
Yes,
and
no doubt.
For any athlete to be part of this really historical event. I've done the Boston Marathon, and I've mentioned to many Americans in Detroit. One evening in a bar, I actually sat there with a few of them, and I said to them, "Listen, you in the States have got the Boston Marathon, which is really an historical race with a huge history. But we in South Africa, we've got the Comrades Marathon, and the history of Comrades is far, far greater than what the history of the Boston Marathon is. But although I think it's any marathon athlete's dream, actually, to run the Boston Marathon, but it should be each and every ultra runner or any athlete in the world to participate in the Comrades Marathon, which is absolutely, for me to be part of the history of the race, it's absolutely amazing.
So So Louis, you've been running and you've run for almost 50 years. Uh, and for someone to keep going for so long, it's I mean it's nothing short of legendary. What advice would you give runners like all of us, right? Who love running, who love being on the feet. How do we stay on, have the longevity of running as a career as you have had? What are
I
the key
think,
things that we should do or we should not do wrongly?
well, I don't have a strict diet, to be quite honest with you.
Do not have.
I do not have a strict diet. I used to, in the 1980s, I stick to a real strict diet.
Huh.
Those were the days when I really was very, very competitive and I was running excellent times. But nowadays, I'm just there to beat the cutoff and to finish the race. There's certain foods that I do avoid, that I do not eat, that are like
So that is
pork. I know
all
you
through this
people don't
life,
like
all your
pork.
life, you haven't had
Yeah.
you didn't follow a strict diet, but you were always
No, I never followed a strict diet. No, absolutely not. No. Lots of protein. I love my pasta.
Yeah.
I really, you can give me pasta 3 times a day, even if it's 2-minute noodles.
Okay. And what else? I mean, what else?
No, absolutely. It has been a blessing. My life has been a very, very blessing. And this is a contribution to Team India. This is
Of
a
course, we
huge
value it.
blessing
We
for
value
me
this
as well.
conversation. We value your insights. But
Yeah, no.
anything specific on the training part? Anything specific on, as I said, anything that you've done differently, or anything? Have you sacrificed speed for longevity of running?
Have I sacrificed?
Speed in your because most injuries crop up because of
Yes.
trying to push harder and running
No
faster.
speed. No, for sure. Definitely. Speed is, you can run yourself into an injury by just, well, I've just recently heard of quite a few guys that has done sprints on the track, and they've run themselves into an injury. And so yes, in the COVID time, there's still runners that was running virtual races around their house, inside their garden. I don't know whether you people did it also in India, but it was very, very strict in South Africa, and there's still athletes in South Africa that's still battling with injuries currently, where they've been running in their gardens, and they've virtually run them into an injury. I just decided this is not for me. You're going to run yourself into an injury, and I just stopped actually completely for that whole month.
In the course of a year, are there periods where you are actually resting, where running is very less? And
yes, for sure, absolutely. I've been running far less than what I used to run, because I was running 120, 130 kilometers per week average. Currently, I'm averaging around 60, 75 kilometers currently, and that's ample for me, actually.
So, but are there months where you actually don't run at all, or you kind of significantly bring it down? Because 65, 70, 75 is also pretty, it's not less. I mean, it's a pretty decent number, right? But after you finish Comrades, will you kind of take a break?
Yes, I do take a 6-week break. After Comrades, 6 weeks break, and then I will start gradually again. I might go out once a week for about a 5-kilometer run after Comrades, but that's only once a week. But that's at a very, very slow pace.
And then you again,
5
as you
minutes,
come closer to
5
any
minutes a
race,
kilometer, and but not faster than that.
yeah. But as you come closer, so you will only when you're closer to a race is when you will really start training again. You need a break for the body to recover
No,
post a
for sure,
race like
absolutely.
Comrades.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You need a break, a decent break, at least 2 months.
Hmm. I mean, that's very important, right? That's extremely valuable for us because, yeah, I think a lot of us don't really take quality breaks from running.
No, there's so many races. I don't know how many races do you people have in India, but we've got so many. There's no
Races.
real off season
Yeah,
in
understood.
South Africa, and especially where I've moved now. There's 2-3 races over a weekend, and it's just too much. You
Yeah,
cannot participate and race them all. That's
right.
and especially, well, I do
You have
not.
let go for
I avoid.
longevity. Yeah,
Yeah, I avoid trail running,
yeah,
especially
trail
on
run.
my age. Yeah, especially on my age. You know, you need to
Yeah,
be focused all the time on the trail, and
understood. And
yeah,
have
and
you kind of uh, included swimming or cycling also as part of your training?
a bit of cycling, but not much.
Hmm.
Swimming, I swim like a stone. I can swim, but
Okay.
I'll be able to help myself, but I'm not at that. No.
Understood, understood. Sure. And being so, you have been running for such a long time, and I'm sure your family has grown up to seeing you running so much and being so fit and athletic. Have you kind of managed to inspire others around in your family to run Comrades?
Nobody in the family. I'm one of 7 kids, and I'm
Okay,
totally the odd one out.
okay,
So there's nobody in the direct family. There's nieces and nephews that do run, but only
yeah,
shorter distances. The short distances up to a 21-kilometer half marathon, but they haven't done any further than that.
understood. So you have
But
run the whole quota for your family.
that's right. Yes.
Yeah, and uh, uh, in a what is the kind of as you said, right, like for Comrades you're doing 60 to 70 kilometers a week, and this season you will kind of run 1000 to 1200 kilometers. Do you probably do you target some time when you train for a race, and kind of how do you pace yourself during a race? Is there a target in
Well,
mind? Is there a target time you have?
well, as I've said earlier on, I just run actually to beat the cutoff. But this year, I'm in really fairly good shape currently
Okay.
with what I have achieved in TwoOceans and my marathon time. It's also been quite my best marathon time in quite some time. So I'm going to pace myself for a bronze medal this year,
Wow.
under 11 hours.
Wow.
Well, as somebody yesterday phoned me, what the hell are you doing nowadays? You're going to go for a Bull Rowan the times you're running currently? I said, no ways. I'm not going to pace myself. I'm not going to, that's going to be I'm going to probably just
Yeah.
run into trouble over the second half if I'm really going to pace myself for a Bull Rowan medal. No, I'm going to pace myself just to finish under 11 hours, and that's my target.
Understood. So Louis, when people ask me, right, I have run 7 Comrades. I always advise them to conserve in the first half of the race, to kind of conserve on your energy in the first 40, 50, 60 kilometers, so that you have a bit of energy in the second half of the race to pull. And I keep
Ab-
saying Comrades is all about being conservative and planning
ab-
the race. Okay. Do you believe in that?
Absolutely.
That conservation is
Absolutely. I agree 100% with that. you get some runners that they go out there and they want to get some distance behind them and run a good time till halfway. There's plenty of time. 12 hours, there's plenty of time to finish the race. Originally, when I started running, the cutoff was only 11 hours, and since 2000, it has changed to 12 hours. The original cutoff of Comrades has been 12 hours, and well, with all the businesses complaining, they changed it to 11 hours over the years, but the field was far smaller, but everything in the Pietermaritzburg, Durban area and KZN, well, everybody works actually to the day of Comrades. That is actually a real, they should declare it actually as a public holiday in South Africa, to be quite honest, as far as I'm concerned, because it's really, it is, as far as I'm concerned, the biggest sporting event in South Africa.
In the country, I agree. So,
and
up hills, right? Up slopes and up hills. Do you advise, or do you walk most of them, or you kind of walk, jog? What do you do? What's your strategy on the upslopes?
Yes, you do use much less energy on a steep uphill. Walk the uphill, but just plan your
race accordingly.
Race decently, that you've got enough time. I've been, well, in the 48 years that I've run Comrades, I've only run poly shorts twice up, the full poly shorts. The previous up run, 200 meters walk, 100 meters run. 200 meters walk, 100 meters run. And you will be surprised, actually, how many runners you still pass on that 1.6 kilometer going up poly shorts. And well, me being a strong downhill runner, once you've hit the top of poly shorts, then I just really motor. Then I really go. And yes, to get back to the run in Pietermaritzburg, a steep hill that is going to be not, that we're not going to run this year, is Murray Road. It's a 400 meters steep hill. So we're not going to go up Murray Hill, up Murray Street, and that's where the deviation comes in the route. We're going to run actually now past Comrades' house, and I'm really looking forward. That's going to be a very historical. First time in 97 years that we're going to pass Comrades' house, and well, you people must build up now and get yourself geared up for the 2027 Comrades Marathon.
We'll be there, I'm sure.
Centenary race in 2027. I believe what I heard, actually, they're going to have 34,000 entries for the 2027 event.
Wow.
Because in 2021, there was 34 finishers in the race. That's where the 34,000 entries is going to be allowed for 2027. So yes, that should
it's going to be historic.
That's really going to be historic. I hope I'm still on the road by then.
So of course you will be. We are pretty positive about that, that you will be there, still running and going strong.
I still need to finish this year's race first.
That you will, Louis. I'm sure you will. And I'm sure a lot of us will meet you on the race and greet you on the way.
No, gee, actually, it's hair-raising. Meeting up with you guys last year. It was absolutely fantastic. And after meeting up with you, the guys from India, what a friendly bunch of athletes.
We'll see you this time as well. We'll plan it accordingly on Friday at the expo.
Okay, yeah.
So, but Louis, just going back in history, what have been your most magical moments at Comrades?
You know, my 30th Comrades Marathon is really been absolutely magic. It has been very, very well. My running friend, my late running friend that actually ran with me, we trained each and every kilometer for my 30th Comrades. That was really great, and we ran each and every step together right to the finish. That was a great race. And then, of course, the day when I ran my 40th Comrades, going down Fields Hill. It was a down race. Going down Fields Hill. I was passing the 11.5-hour bus. And the one guy in this bus of about 80 athletes just said, listen, guys, the guy passing now on the right-hand side, that's now Louis Massyn running his 40th Comrades. And then they started singing, for he was a jolly good fellow. What an amazing
Moment for you.
that has been. So there's been many incidents, but those are the and then of course
do you still love running the race as much as you did a few years ago?
Yes, I'm looking forward to next year's race. I haven't even completed this year's race. I'm looking forward to next year's race. So yes.
So what do you think makes Comrades so special for all of us that we keep coming and wanting to run the race again and again? And I don't think there is any other race people want to run again and again. It's probably only a race like Comrades.
Yeah, you know, it starts all at the Expo. The Expo has been absolutely great last year, especially with you guys, the Indian guys. Have you been there last year?
Yeah, of course.
You've been there. Yeah. It was magic meeting up with all the Indian guys. It's magic meeting up with all the Brazilians. You know, I've had a meeting with the Brazilian guys as well, but that's a bit of a problem. At least I can speak in English to you people in India, but the Brazilians, it's Portuguese and Spanish. Everything need to be translated. But what a great bunch of athletes they are as well. So yes, I've just mentioned to Reino now, we've been invited to the Brazilian pasta evening at the Elangeni Hotel on the Friday evening. I've already sent the invite for me. So yes, those are moments that it's really become tradition. You don't miss out on these, miss out on meeting up with the Indian guys. It's absolutely fantastic. Meeting up, I've been invited to a breakfast as well on the Friday with many athletes. Friday morning, the expo is great. The start of the race, it's their race. You cannot describe that to nobody if you're not right there at the start. But yes, to run yourself 90 kilometers, almost 90 kilometers into pain and agony and tell them and say you enjoy this. You don't enjoy that. That's to run yourself into pain. Yes, that's not nice. That's not enjoyable, for sure not. But the following day, believe me, you're walking crippled, you've got sore legs, everything, and you are in pain, sort of, you are in pain, but then the satisfaction that you've run the Comrades Marathon the previous day, that is the satisfaction. That pain, I can go through the agony and the pain as well. Next year again, and I'll be back again.
Yeah, that's what most of us do. You want to come back and back again and again.
And you know, to earn your green number, that is, I think, for any novice runner, for the guys of India that's doing their first Comrades, good
Yeah.
luck to you guys.
Yes.
But remember, you need to be back next
Yes.
year to do your back-to-back race.
Yeah.
Right? It's always been nice to run a down race and to run an up run. For the past 4 years, it hasn't been that way. But all right, next year will be a down race again. So I'm looking forward to the down race. So yes, all those novice guys. And then, of course, all those novice guys, you've done the up and you've done the down. You've earned your back-to-back medal, which is great. Run one race and you earn 2 Comrades medals. What an achievement that is for those guys running their back-to-back medal. So you need to go back for your 3rd race and prove yourself you can better your previous 2 races. Then you've got 3 races. Only 2 to go to halfway to the green number. Then you've got 5 races. Once you've got 5, then it's downhill to your green number. 6, it's only, you've done 6, it's only 4 to go to the green number. You've done the next year, you've done 7, you've only got 3 to go. Like yourself, you've got 7, you've only got 3 to go. To earn your green number. And that is absolutely a moment that you cannot describe to nobody else once you've achieved your green number.
True. I totally echo the sentiment.
When you enter the stadium, wherever we finish, when your feet touches grass, that is absolutely hair-raising moments and an experience. And when you finish the finish line, whether you're in pain or whether you're feeling good or whatever, you cannot describe that feeling to nobody else unless you've experienced it yourself.
Yeah, so true, so true. I completely echo all that you said, and as you have been narrating all this, these are all hair-raising moments for us, and probably that is why we all keep coming again and again.
Yeah, for sure,
Wonderful race.
absolutely. Yeah,
Wonderful race.
Satish is now going for his
13th race, 13th Comrade.
13th.
1-3.
Is it his 13th?
1-3, yeah.
And he's got the most of Indian.
Yes, he's got the maximum Indian finishes. So we have got 2 green numbers so far, and 2 green numbers so far.
2 green numbers, okay.
And we have a lot more in the pipeline, I'm sure.
Okay, like yourself going. Is there anyone going for green this year?
I don't think so, no.
No, so there's no Indian guy going for green.
No.
I can remember last year there was quite a few, quite a number going for the first race.
So we always have a lot of first timers, and then people wanting to do back to back.
Yeah, okay.
And a few like us who keep coming every year.
Yeah, no, for sure, absolutely.
We love the country. We love, as you said, just love the day into the race. Thursday we land. Most of us land on Thursday in Durban, and then that whole Friday, Saturday, and then the race day. A lot of us get families along who meet us. The families meet the runners through the route.
So you guys have got lots of family in South Africa?
No, not really. The runners travel to South Africa with their families.
Oh, so they travel with their families.
Families, yeah. And then probably some of them then converted into a holiday and a vacation in South Africa.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful country.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's nice to convert it into a holiday as well.
Yeah.
But if there's anyone that's coming down this way, spending the holiday, they must come and visit me down here.
Of course, Louis. We'll try and visit. I'll coordinate a meeting with you on Friday at the expo. I'll inform everyone. I'm sure people would love to come and meet you. Love to have a small chat, a picture, a selfie.
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
Just take your blessings and Good luck.
Yeah, no, yeah, that was quite great doing the blessing
Yeah. So
on many of you athletes last year.
yeah, so thank you, Louis. Thank you for this wonderful conversation with us and with the Indian contingent. I'm sure there are a lot of insights that you have shared.
I
And
just want to bring in quickly.
Sure.
I just want to bring in Reino here. He's also one of my novice runners. He's going for his first Comrades this
Wow.
year.
Lovely. That's lovely.
So yes, he will be around as well with me. He will be my bodyguard in Durban.
Oh, lovely. That's like a privilege for him to kind of spend that whole day with you.
Yeah, no, for sure. You need to take care of the old man.
No, as someone who can run a Comrades is not an old man. He's just aging. That's all.
Yeah, that's just aging. That's right. But yes, almost 74. So yes, we need to consider.
Yeah, that's amazing, Louis. I mean, I just hope that when I am 74, I am able to run. Probably not as much. I don't know whether I will be able to as much as you do, but yeah, being fit and strong as you are, that's an absolute inspiration. And I think I at least am short of words in trying to describe this achievement of yours. It is nothing short of legendary from where we see it. And I'm glad that you could spend this hour with us, Louis. Thanks a lot. I have recorded this session. I will put it up on YouTube. I will also share the link with you so that you can share it with your friends, family, whomsoever you want to. But
I
we
will
Indians
definitely share it.
Yeah, look forward to meeting you at the expo and through the race as well.
No, for sure. So what time you planning to?
I'll let you know, Louis. Most of us, what we generally do is on Friday around 2:30, we all gather at the expo for a India picture, as we call it, in the afternoon.
Okay.
So
What time is that going to be?
Around 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock India
2 o'clock.
time. Yeah, I'll let you know. Though I'll message you.
All right.
I'll of course let you know, so that you can meet. We can meet a lot more of us can meet you.
Okay, great stuff. I want to take the opportunity of wishing you guys all the very, very best. The last 28 days.
Yeah.
Final week of training, hard training still ahead this week coming. Last long run, minimum 30 kilometers. Well, I'm only going to do a 21 kilometer next weekend, a 20 kilometers, and but last long run around about 30 kilometers, and then all the way taper down. And I would like to wish you safe travel and meet you in Durban. And
yes, of course, Louis. We will do
it's
that.
really going to be exciting.
Yes, thank you, Louis. Thanks a ton for this one. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.